Hello YouTube, happy 4th of July. It's the day after, Sunday, July 5th, 2020. Sounded like a war zone out here in the mountains last night. All these crazy mountain folk, they be doing, where they get all their money to buy fireworks, I don't know. Well, they got lots of ammunition too, and there's gunshots going off, fireworks blasting. I mean, it sounded like a friggin' war zone here last night. But anyways, this video is about my trilogy of lenses. This is my pack here, and I've been trying to keep this thing light. I mean, for last year I've been kind of rotating. I always rotate lenses seasonally. And for those that are familiar with me know that I mostly do landscapes and nature photography. I got a whole nother kit with my long lenses in the Canon 90D that I use for wildlife, and I don't always carry that with me. This is my main travel kit with the 5D Mark IV and these three lenses plus one. These two lenses here have been with me for years. They're probably my most two used landscape lenses. I got the 16 to 35 f4 Canon lens, which is sharp corner to corner right at f4, and beautiful wide angle landscape lens. Then I have this 45mm prime lens. It's a Tamron. And this has really been my favorite lens. Those that watch my videos know I love this lens. But these two lenses have been really my go-to lenses for this 5D Mark IV or my other full-frame cameras that I had before this 5D. And then I got the 70 to 200 Canon lens f4 for the longer range landscape shots. But the last few months I've been rotating this lens with these two lenses, trying to replace it. These are both 24 to 70s. This is a Canon f4. This is a Tamron 2.8, which that's the one I really like because of that wider aperture. I mean, they're both excellent lenses, but this thing's like heavy 2 pounds. Twice as much as it weighs, twice as much as this 45mm. So it's kind of hard to replace that 45mm. But lately I've been keeping this lens on the 5D Mark IV and using this. I mean, I'm trying to like this lens. I mean, I love it, but I'm trying to like it enough to justify carrying the extra weight. But I don't want to replace this 45, so I've been keeping this 45 in a side pocket and keeping this on the camera. I've been shooting a lot of landscapes with this 2470 lately, and it's a pretty darn sharp lens if you stop it down. But opening it up, I mean, I've been having a lot of trouble with the accurate focusing with it. You know, when it's open to 2.8, I mean, I've calibrated it, micro adjusted it over and over again, and it's just not consistent. But for landscape shooting, you know, when you're shooting towards infinity and stuff, this lens, I mean, it's freaking sharp. Not as sharp as the 45mm, but this thing's limited when it's, you know, this is a 24 to 70 and a 45. This little thing's limited, but there's so many times I've used this 45 when it's all, you know, it used to always be on my full frame cameras. And if I didn't feel like switching to the wider angle lens, I would just take 1, 2, 3 shots and stitch them together, and I'd get a nice, you know, panel. Nice landscape shot. Sharp corner to corner. This thing is, and I love taking pictures of flowers and stuff, and this thing focuses about that close. I mean, it's like a mini macro lens kind of, and it's sharp as can be at 1.8. So it's nice to have a really fast lens in my kit. But I tried this 24 to 70 Canon lens, this f4, I mean, it is actually sharper than the Tamron 24-70. Corner to corner. I mean, it's lighter, but I like this one better because for shooting flowers and stuff, I mean, I drop it down to 2.8. I mean, I love this lens. It's just so freaking heavy. So that's the trilogy of my lenses plus one, the Tamron 24-70. My two mid-ranges, telephoto, wide angle. That's what I've been carrying. I parked the 24-70 f4. I just the type of shooting I do, I need the wider aperture a lot of times because I like to get more artistic with the background blur and stuff. And this Tamron 24-70 2.8 just is more versatile and more artistic than this f4. This perfect landscape lens, but a lot of times when I'm out, I'm shooting more than just landscapes. I'm shooting flowers and bugs, and for right now, until I rotate it, you know, probably next week again, but probably for the rest of summer. This is my trilogy of lenses plus one. Talk to you later.